The title of my talk is a bit different than what's on schedule. So originally we submitted the talk as extended video streams for spatio-temporal navigation, and it's mentioned as enhanced video navigation. But I like the title they gave me better, so I will use that one from now on. But it's also, besides enhanced video navigation, it could be enhanced map navigation. So what I'm not going to talk about, it's about maps and video. This is not a talk as I usually give. So usually when we do a talk, we have a project ready or almost ready. And we go out, present it, people either like it or not. We get some feedback, and they say like, oh, very nice, I would have done this, or would have done that. Or I didn't like this, I didn't like that. And we're like, usually, yeah, we agree with you, but now it's over. So this is, as soon as we conceive an idea, we said like, okay, we're gonna put it out and get some feedback, especially since it involves maps and graphics. And we are not cartographers nor designers. I come from a multimedia team at Telecom Biotech. So what you will get here is about how we got the idea of combining maps and videos and what we are trying to do now. So it's important for us to get your feedback. Now or later, it doesn't really matter, but the concept is that I do not have something to show you, something impressive. I only have an idea to share with you, and your input is important. Anyway, so yesterday we had, actually not yesterday, the first and the second day, we had those issues that I heard a lot about distribution, packaging, synchronization, reusability, and cross-platform compatibility of graphs, data, whatever you wanted to say. So this is not a problem only of the visualization community, it's a problem everywhere. Even in our lab that we do multimedia, everybody's thinking about the same thing. So a couple of years ago, we thought, why don't we put everything in MP4 containers? So MP4 is a file format used predominantly with video, and since I am in a multimedia group, most of my projects involve video. So what we do is, if we have video and any type of time data, we put it in MP4. So for example, regarding the distribution of the content, if you've got the video, you can have an MP4 file and the data inside the file, you can have progressive download, adaptive streaming, offline distribution, whatever you want, because it's just an MP4 file, which is absolutely valid for any player that supports MP4 files. Regarding packaging, you only have the MP4 file and you don't need anything more. Synchronization is, by design of the format, very important. So in worst case, you can have frame accurate synchronization, which we are talking about, I don't know, from 25 to 90 Hz or something like that. Reusability, if you want to have, you can put everything in an MP4 file, I mean everything. So if you're using libraries, HTML pages, whatever you want, you put it in an MP4 file, and the person that receives this file can extract it and play it in the same, assuming that the browsers are still the same. So, but besides that, you do not have to rely on other sources than what's inside the file. And then if you want to have like your video shown in a very old device that didn't support, doesn't even have a browser, you can put your MP4 file, and if it supports MP4 file and video, at least you will be able to see the video. So in worst case scenario, you might lose the data, but you have the video there. So having come to this conclusion, we started working on scenarios using MP4 files. So my colleague Serinko Colato, you might know him from his work in SVG or from the last Graphical Web, created a tool called mp4box.js that is able to extract this information from MP4 files and support for multiple tracks inside the same file, which means like alternative audio, alternative video, vector graphics, overlays, whatever you can think about it. So this was part of the GPAC project for advanced content, which is a multimedia toolbox. Coming from the two tools that I'm going to mention now, it's MP4 Box, which is used for the packaging of the data inside the MP4 file. Supports really any kind of data. I'm just mentioning XML-based formats because this is how we started. This is how I'm going to walk you through till where we are now. And I'm mentioning also that the content is Dash ready, because Dash is, for those of you that do not know, it's an adaptive streaming delivery. It's what you have, for example, in YouTube when you're watching a video and the quality goes to higher or lower levels according to the bandwidth. So you can have this in MP4 files. And MB4Bulk.js is able to analyze the file and to take the data from inside. So we did the demo using XML files sent inside before. As you've noticed, I don't highlight it because people were like, yeah, we've got our XML files, we don't care how they get out there. And then they are complaining why nobody cares about XML, but that's another story. So we went practically taking the same XML files and putting them in X3D, and people starting seeing shapes and thought like, ooh, this is cool, while we were doing exactly the same thing. I mentioned here that we had an accuracy of 200 milliseconds. So this is because until that point, we were using VDT queues to be compliant with the HTML standard, which have a delay in order not to be very heavy. Anyway, so accuracy 200 milliseconds for 3D scenes was pretty good. So moving to last year's the Graphical Web, my colleague made a presentation focused on service workers. I'm not going to talk about it now, you heard it last year, or if you didn't, the slides are online. But he also showed a way to have multiple time data and assets inside this MP4 file. I'm going to show you the video we demonstrated last year, just a little bit. So over here we've got a chess game between Carlsen and Dant. So what we have here is we've got a video, we've got various assets, which are the pawns, the chessboard, the scripts, the VDT queues of showing what's the move, and we are able to show them synchronously to the video. So for example, in this scenario, if someone does not support anything or doesn't have a browser, can at least see the video. This is because it uses VDT queues, can go back and forwards, it goes like this. So what we were, after we did the demonstration of the Graphical Web, we were thinking, okay, we want to push things further. Like having a chess game with queues, it's not something fancy. So even though we have inside a lot of assets like shown here, so those are the assets used for the video. I'm sorry, I'm going to let the video play because it's more, has some move inside. So even though we had this, we wanted to push it further because we want to see what are the limits. And having a chess game, it's not very fancy, it's not very demanding, so we wanted to do further. We were thinking about having the opposite, like playing a chess game and at the same time fetching videos of the chessboard you are having and displaying on the scene, but not many people are into chess, so we abandoned the idea. So what we did instead is we moved to having a Kinect data delivery for creating almost real-time audio and video. We had an accuracy of about 30 milliseconds, but by not using queues anymore, instead having like a polling in JavaScript, which is supposed to be faster. This went well. I do not have something to show you because it's my face inside, and I do not like showing videos with my face. So we thought like, okay, we've got a scenario where we can try our limits and see how fast we can do, how accurate we can be. We were taking the Kinect data and putting them actually in the same frame as the video, which was very good. And then we came to the enhanced video navigation idea. And what we were trying to do is something like Google Maps, but with videos, only better, or something like that. We are still working on the idea, but we are mostly focused on that. So what we have now is some work from the University of Singapore. This was when we already there when we started. I'm not trying to show it live because it's a bit buggy and old, but the link is here, and it might work on your laptops. Don't even try it on mobile phones, it probably will not work. But it's a pretty good approach. So what you see on the video, on the screen are some markers that indicate the position of the video. So we didn't like it that much, this approach, because what you have afterwards when you click on a marker is something like this. So what you get is you will see a red line here. So this red line indicates the trail that the user was following while recording the video. We like that, we want it in our platform as well. The blue conal shape indicates the orientation of the device, so we have some notion of what the device is filming. We like it as well, we want to use it. And the yellow line, the yellow cycle, sorry, indicates the GPS accuracy, which is useful, but we do not know if we like it yet. So this was very good, and the good thing is that Roger Zimmerman, which is the head of the lab, also comes from multimedia background as I do, so he has considered things about how to fetch the videos, how to navigate inside the videos, how to see relevant videos. So this is making my life way easier. But I still didn't like what I saw. So in terms of technical stuff, I do have something to work on, but in terms of design, I think it's missing. It's not very usual. I mean, it's not something that I would use. Just by the fact that you have points for lines, I mean, you do not know if it's the start, the beginning, how long the line is. So I didn't really like it. So I drafted a very short demo to show you. So what we have here, actually I recorded some videos last night to show you from the net office, but my mobile phone is better than my laptop, so I couldn't play them. So we have some videos here. So if we select a video here and we press play, the image is very shaky because I was working and filming. We can see that the video is following, the pointers follow the video. And the triangle you see is about the orientation of the camera, but it's not very, we do not actually show the field of view as Zimmerman did, because we think that this is clearer. So we do have some issues. For example, you will see that the line is not straight, even though I'm not working, I wasn't drunk yet, at least that day. So we've got some things about not using the GPS cycle that indicate we are not sure how accurate it is. We are maybe thinking about making it more transparent or something like that, but that's not the point. The point is that even if you are watching the video, you have an idea where you are in space by the map. And later, if you want to go, okay, let's see what's on the video here or the video here, you can also do it like this, and then you go back, and you have an idea. And this is what we mean by spatio-temporal navigation. You can either move in time by using the video timeline, or you can move in space by clicking on the points you want to go. So this was me walking, and the day before that, I think, I took the train to visit Versailles in Paris. So this is what it looks like from the train. So over here, the image is not very shaky. So as you can see, intentionally I had the GPS running for a while, so it's more accurate here. And I had the camera on the window, so you can see that I am facing one time at one direction. So you can see from the density of the points that the train, the speed train is getting lower. And if we zoom out on the map, you have a rough idea of where I am and where the camera is facing at. So this is where we are right now, and you think, okay, that's not rocket science, putting some videos on a map. And indeed it's not, but we are still working on it. So, so where we are standing now is we have this Android app that used for recording. It records GPS, accelerometer, magnetic field, and gyroscope. We are mostly using the accelerometer magnetic field for the orientation because it's available to most devices on the gyroscope. So if gyroscope is present, we use it, otherwise we fall back to accelerometer magnetic field. It's a bit shaky overall, but if you want to have an average of 2 or 3 samples, which is more than accurate, would be enough. We also practically record everything we can from a mobile phone regarding the technical specifications for future use. Then we have a parser that does the cleanup, seeing if the recording is suitable for distribution and some stuff that are required but not very fancy to explain here. And then we have the client. So the major differences between the original approach and ours is that we use single indications instead of the assumed field of view. And I say assumed because if you browse the videos, you have often that you click on a video and you've got a very big field of view like in front of the river and stuff like that, and you realize that the guy was just sitting in his living room and testing the application, so you just see his wall or stuff like that. So we have indications until we find an actual way to be able to show something more representative. We are still thinking of different methods to use, but I think we're in a good way. We also have the mechanism I mentioned before we used with the Kinect data because they are very demanding, that it's not actual timeouts or VDQs in order to be faster. And hopefully we're going to have something for next graphical web to show you, using your input as well. So where we are now, those are the light things that they are mostly done. It's just that I didn't put in the actual client I saw you, so you will have more an open-minded. You will be more open-minded for your suggestions. We do have a concept of color-coded markers, either for a user video or for relevant videos that we are hoping to use. We would like to show or hide non-key markers according to zoo levels. So what we consider for now key markers is the first and the last marker of the video, because it can give you an indication of what's happening in between. So in the worst case scenario, if you want to zoom out, you're going to see just those markers. If you want to zoom in, you will be able to see all the markers of where we have. So GPS gives you data every second, and but the other sensors are something like 20 Hertz or around this frequency. So we are able to iterate in between. Also for the Granger recorder problem, we are thinking of getting the most accurate, at least some decent accuracy on GPS measurements and using the sensors to calculate the trajectory, but that's not our main concern right now. You are able to see which is the current marker zone, but we would like to highlight it even more so it's more clear. We have added some frame preview on hover from the marker, which is something that potentially can be useful. And we are having some other minor user interface changes we would like to do, like having the option for using the field of view or showing the GPS accuracy and stuff like that. So in our future work, and this is where the fun part starts, we would like to have relevant videos when recording. So if I am recording a video and someone else was recording right 5 minutes before me the same object, I would like to be able to see it. If I am recording something and there are like 10 videos around me already in the database, I would like to see it. And we are still thinking of ways to do that. That we also have a vague notion of time when the video was recorded, the distance, how far was it, and every information we can actually fill in the recording preview screen without obstructing the actual recording. We're going to do something similar when browsing the videos. So the idea we have in the mockup we've tried is having like a video browsing platform where you see your environment, and as you move around, you have indications about where the video are and how far is it and what's the time. So it's pretty much very similar to the recording preview indications. It's just that it can be more informative because we do not care about actually recording information. It's just about browsing. And we can have even a map about it. So with those two, we are hoping to create dynamically video stories of playback. So for example, we can have a video story of Met Office where someone comes near the entrance and moves around and gets in, or you have like at some key points of the story switching between videos and stuff like that. We are still, this is quite far, so we haven't exactly thought it through, but it's something that we would like to do. And the fourth bullet, which is in bold, it's actually where my work is really, really on. So the rest of the things are stuff that I would like to do, but this one is something that I have to do. So we have 3 scenarios we would like to consider. So what I show you and what you see on the Zimmerman's example is what we call the on-demand scenario, where we can have a few seconds of accuracy wouldn't hurt anyone, even minutes in most cases. If, for example, I want to see a video of the Met Office and want to navigate to another video that it's in another day. It doesn't matter if it's 5:15 or 5:10. It doesn't even matter if the day is correct most of the times. So we do not care about the accuracy of the requirement pretty much. We do care about where it is. And we also do not really care about the delay, because even if it's online in 1 or 2 hours, it doesn't really make a big difference. So then the scenario we are actually trying to make the architectural support is live, which is a more challenging one. Let's assume that there are like 2 or 3 people actually recording the graphical web and using our platform to upload it. So in that scenario, you want to have low delay, or at least stable delay, in the sense that you cannot claim to have a live stream of the graphical web and have your stream available in half an hour. You have to do it in a matter of seconds or minutes, if possible. And you also you need to have like very few differences, very small differences in the accuracy. So if we have 2 users recording the same scene, that an event is happening, and we've got a difference in more than 100 milliseconds approximately, and we have context switch, this is going to be a very disruptive experience for the viewer. So we are trying to tackle this. So for this I do not need your help, it's my job to do. For the rest I will rephrase it. And the latest scenario we're having is about critical scenarios, which has to do mostly with environmental modeling and environmental monitoring and IoT, which is very complex. So it's like we have a forest fire and we want to see if the temperature started rising before it's shown on the video. So this is very challenging, but quite relevant with what I'm showing here. We're also considering to abandoning Google Maps because the API is not as useful as we thought it would be. Maybe we will use it for location identification, so we know what's around there, but not actually use it to visualize the stuff we want. But since we are not working on that, we do not yet know if it's going to happen. Then we want to do user studies. And last but not least, we are also involved in MPEG. Does everyone know what's MPEG? No. Okay, so MPEG is a group of people that they are responsible for several standards. By no means, it's not just a body for multinationals to push their patents. It's the exact opposite of that. It's like very nice people going together to make the world a better place. It's just that happened that they push often patents that from people that try to make mine, but this is not why I'm mentioning here. It's not a moral dilemma whether we should involve MPEG. We are using it before, so the thing is that MPEG realized that there are stuff to be done with MP4. In the last meeting last month, they decided they want to increase the timing capabilities and the type of data they can put inside MP4 files. So there is an informal call to other standardization bodies like DVB, Blu-ray, and others about recommendations. So they're trying to do something similar as 3GPP does now. So if you're thinking like, okay, this sounds cool, I might potentially have to use MP4 files for my work, and you want to carry, I do not know, maybe biomedicine data or whatever you can imagine. Now it's your chance to find actually someone to push it into the MPEG, because it doesn't really often happen that they extend to such the extended standard that it's broadly used. Usually they all make minor changes. So we will try to see if there is anything we can add or remove from the MP4 file, and this is why I have it here. And hopefully next year I will have something prettier to show you with your help. Those are my credentials. Also the GPAC project is the project I'm working on with the team. And that's it for me.